All right, so Michelle,
Yeah.
Dana.
Well, so this is not necessarily an entirely new take for her. She, remember, is the one who said, when they go low, we go high. Now, she revised her remarks a little bit later on, but generally, she's not the one who said deplorables. Right? They were constantly cleaning up other people's situation or things that they said. And Barack Obama also, they've had similar takes on this. So I think that they understand it. She said something there that makes me think, I say this too, and it's, okay. When she said, you can't blame them for being angry, even if they vote for a way that is against their own interests. Okay, that's a condescending way to say that we know better than you do in terms of what is better for you. And I bristle, right?
Yeah.
But then I think, well, I could think I kind of do that too, because when I think about the disaster of especially inner city school education, and you wonder, like, why won't they vote these people out? Why don't they go after the teachers' unions? It's not in their interest to keep doing it. And there is maybe room to sort of meet in the middle here. I do believe that the conservative position on school choice is winning the idea argument and the policy argument, because in President Trump's Big Beautiful Bill, I think it was in the Big Beautiful Bill, the money for school choice. Yep. So then the states were given an option. Do you want to take the money or do you not want to take the money? And so far, I think it's pretty interesting who has taken it, including Governor Polis of Colorado, because school choice is a huge issue there. And also just last week, Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York. So you can win on ideas and show people that I believe our position is better for your interests, and try to be persuasive that way. So it's just something I'm thinking about.
Are you thinking about that? Harold, you're doing a lot of nodding.
No, I agree. Look, I give Michelle Obama a lot of credit here. This is the notion of just being critical of people and looking down on people. And I understand what DP was saying about maybe some of the wording, but I think she's giving a message to Democrats that just because President Trump's numbers or Republicans' numbers may not be as rosy as they would like, if you look at our numbers, they're not great. People not necessarily saying they want Democrats to be in charge. So you can't criticize the voters. You can't criticize Trump only without offering some ideas. And whether it's school choice, whether it's figuring out ways to invigorate and rekindle small business growth across the country, trying to figure out ways in which to lower healthcare costs. These are the things that people want most of. So I give her a lot of credit.
What about you, Emily?
I give her a C-, because to me, her whole narrative was framed around that everyone was angry that she knows better than them and that there was no other option, rather than the agency of every voter to say, I choose this man because he represents my values. And remember the exit polling where overwhelmingly 80+% of pollers came out saying, he fights for someone like me. So it wasn't, I'm angry and I want something different, which is how she framed it. I think it was more thoughtful and resonating than that, where people said, I choose, finally, someone who has stepped onto the stage that I actually believe in, whereas in many places where the choices before you are a buffet of socialism or a buffet of incompetence, like I've been subjected to in California my whole life. And on the Mark Cuban thing, I think this is what really irritates me so much, and I think it's a reflection of the mainstream media and social media now. The concept that the questions would be, does this mean that you've somehow shifted alliance and allegiances, that there's no room for simply a shared incentive and a shared value? This is what we've been asking for this entire time for this country, that people see America first and that they see a win for Trump, lowering prescription drug prices. Where are the Democrats to say, hey, this is amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, I support this plan. Hey, I don't support the president in these policies, but I support this one, which you do.
Well, Mark Cuban is there. He's clearly.
Correct. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Versus the reporter that framed it as, does this mean you have completely rejected? And my whole point is that Mark Cuban is illustrating what it means to value that shared incentive and either keeping politics out of it or saying, no, I'm still voting for someone else. But here is where he and I agree. And here is where I applaud this because it benefits all Americans. We have only seen up until now people cutting off their nose to spite their face because they will do anything against a Trump win, even if it means letting the American people down.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.